Hey, welcome to the Cigar Room. Today I have a very, very anticipated guest. Man, I'm telling y'all, get on board now. Get an understanding of who this man is and what his team is doing in the movement that's about to happen behind Rampage Reg. Why I have on the Cigar Room today, man. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for everything you doing, man. We have 7-0, 3 knockouts. Rampage Red on the Cigar Room.
Let's
today,
go.
Man.
There we go.
How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Life's a blessing every day.
Ain't it though, man?
Right.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, I got the opportunity, y'all, to be at this last fight, where you got to see two warriors go at it. My man here got the best of them, got the W, still undefeated as a pro here. And I'm telling y'all, y'all definitely gonna have to check him out and get a part of this movement. We got one of the best fighters coming up out of this area here. And I'm telling you, man, I'm so honored that I get the opportunity to talk to you. And I just appreciate what you're doing. But let's go back, man. How did you get started?
How did
things developed, and how did you get to the place you are now?
Let's go all the way back there. So it started. I used to. My coach is Eric McGuire out of A Squared. I went to his fight, one of his fights. This was like around the time where Carissa Shields fought at his fight, at his show or whatever, before she went like pro and everything. Mm-hmm. And I went to her fight. I was like 8 years old, and I was like, nah, this. I was like, Dad, we got to go. My dad was enjoying it. Everybody was enjoying this stuff. I was like, this not for me and all that. It's funny how that started out, which turned into, got 18. Had a girlfriend coming out of high school, was going into college. That didn't work out, so I started working out like crazy. Little buff, little midget kind of dude. But nah, after that, I was like, nah, I don't want to just be working out, you know, just getting big for no reason. And I played sports all throughout high school, so it was just like, I gotta find something else to do. So I joined the MMA team. They had like a club MMA team at Eastern, and what happened after, like, they started doing elbows and kicks. I had a wrestling background, so I knew how to wrestle, but like pinning them and stuff, that was about the most I didn't know about kicking and elbows and knees and all that stuff. So yeah, that wasn't, I got my butt kicked with that. So then I tried out with boxing, and we had a boxing team up at Eastern, and still got my butt kicked, but it was a little bit more manageable. Like it was, I want to say more instinctual. Like I was able to, like, okay, yeah, I'm getting hit, but I see him hitting me. Might not be able to throw something in return, and this is before I even knew how to box or anything, but I can just, all I gotta do is switch that, tend to learn later on. I ended up finding out like those were actual like boxing moves and stuff. And what was it? That was about, I think that was 2013. That was 2013. Yeah. And I didn't even have a fight or anything yet. And that summer, I went to my coach, Coach E. He's been close to my family forever. He used to babysit my dad. That's how. Yeah, it's funny how the world has its way of like working and stuff and all that. But yeah, so he was like, yeah, I heard you've been boxing and stuff. So I guess he talked to my dad and stuff. And at that time, you know, I was you know, just messing around with it or whatever. We didn't have an actual like team, so it wasn't like we was going to real fights and stuff. So he took me that summer of 2013, and after that, like I had my first fight in June, and after that it just exploded amateur. Like I won my first fight, and it was like a hometown fight. I had people from like, I have family out in the Mississippi, out in Georgia and stuff, so I had them come out and all that. And I mean, I'm nervous. I'm over there and stuff. Got in the ring. You know, I'm, you know, second guessing myself. Like, what if I'm not ready? I dude had 2 fights before me and all that. So I'm like, what if I'm not ready? Shoot, I got hit once. Not even like my guard was up, but it was just took that one jab he threw at me. Everything else just went smooth. And after that, I just been rolling with it. Man. Like just keeping it going and stuff. So then, once I came back that summer, they was like, dang, you improved a lot and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, I've been boxing over the summer and stuff and trying to learn as much as I could. And then we started doing some stuff we started doing college boxing, which was like collegiated. So it was like, I was like, oh snap, they're taking us on trips to go fight people and all I gotta do is win. I was like, this is easy work. Like, you know, I mean, I had a few scuffles. Like, every fight wasn't easy or none of that stuff. But like, more or less, if it wasn't easy, it just pushed me to be greater.
Yeah.
And then just from there on, like fast forwarding it, I had the pleasure of doing 2 Golden Gloves. My first Golden Glove, I didn't get as far. That was my first Golden Glove. You can blame it the nerves and all that other stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't get as far. But that was cool. It was a learning lesson. I got to sit there. I got to watch. I got to learn. And I'm one of those type of people that I try to absorb as much as I can. Yes. And it took me a while to get there. So I wasn't automatically like, bam. But when I was there, I was like, all right, I got to know how I lost and make sure I don't lose like that again. And how I lost last time was I was getting hit too many times, and I didn't have enough cardio. I was gassed out. So Golden Gloves number 2 came. That was there was a gap in between. I didn't go into Golden Gloves number 2 until like 2018. Ended up beating my dude. Went to nationals. Ended up making it to semifinals. And then after that, I was like, well, I'm trying to get ready for the next one. 2019 was coming by. Coach was like, no, you going pro. It was like October 18th, 2019, I went pro. And
now right there, that's maybe 3-4 months before the world changed.
Yeah.
Man, so you're about
that's
to go
the crazy part
to a different level in your life and a different playing field, and the world almost stops. What was that like for you?
That was crazy, and it's kind of like a little satire if you want to say Catch 22 or whatever. Like, because I remember October 18th happened, that fight. You know, I'm nervous and stuff, but then you was like thinking about it now. You was hearing like, oh yeah, pandemic here's coming up in this country and this country. You know, okay, it's not us. Like, and that's messed up to say, but like at that time, I'm just like, all right, I'm not affected by it directly, so I'm not really thinking about it too much. Then December happens. You start to hear more cases. My mom swear that she had it because she got real sick in December. And I had a fight coming up. Yeah. She got, I want to say December, maybe it was November, she got like real sick, like emergency room. She was like, I want y'all to stay away from me, all this stuff. So, and she was out for maybe like 2 weeks. And it's almost like the same symptoms now. But it was just like, it's just a flu or whatever. So, I mean, because she could have had it. She probably didn't, or who knows. Then I was getting ready for another fight in January. And then that's when the pandemic started like increasing. It was like, yeah, we're going to push it off until February. The end of February, that fight ended up happening. And after that, I'm like, all right, yeah, we're getting ready for the next fight in March, like 2 weeks after in March. And then that's when the shutdown happened. And I'm like, all right, stuff's gonna pick back up. We're gonna be good. Yeah. And so, I'm still training. I'm training. Just a month passed and stuff. I'm still training. Then April happens. Then stuff, I don't know. Stuff just started getting a little bit too chaotic, from like the police shootings to the I don't even know when the Arbery case was, or and I think George Floyd was a little bit closer to the summer and whatnot. Like, then that stuff, I started, even for myself, I started drinking a lot more. Like, I'm like, all right, this stuff ain't, we're going to be on shutdown for a while. Like, at first it was just like, all right, the month happened when we on shutdown, okay, we're going to get back to it, yada, yada. Then that month passed, we in April, still nothing, nobody's doing anything. I'm my second fight, and like, in my head, I'm just like, all right, there's got to be somebody else fighting. No, nobody was fighting. Like, boxing was shut down.
Yeah, it was a tough time. It was a tough time. It was like, then nobody knew what was going to happen.
Exactly.
Nobody knew what was happening. And for people who actually made their money by being out in the world, providing a service or providing entertainment, this was one of the most devastating things that could ever happen. It's
right.
Like, man, like all the different people the different things that made our lives normal.
Mm-hmm.
And it just stopped. Everything just stopped. Everything came to a halt. Everybody was scared.
Yeah.
And then, like you just said, so much other things was going on, and it's one of the most toughest times. But now you get into that place. But let me go back a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I appreciate the transparency too, because you're not just speaking to, hey, I came in this and I felt like I could do this and I felt like I could do that. You like, hey, I took some licks. I had some learning opportunities. Yeah. Different things happened to me along the way. And a lot of people, it's a big difference, right? In brawling and boxing. A lot of people will
right, yeah.
Like, I could fight, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but you can't fight.
Right.
Fight,
no, I feel you.
You know, just throwing punches for 30 seconds. You know, some people don't even understand the difference.
30 and stuff,
like,
yeah.
Really throwing punches for 30 seconds, not just messing around. But even, I tell people, like, if you could survive in the ring for 2.5 minutes, you know how bad you got to be still have enough breath to go to the next 2 rounds. Like, do you know how bad you got to be? Like, it's such a difference. And I think when people are actually making the strides to try different things, you know, like for instance UFC, people looked at that like, oh, that's just lying thing. That's a brawling sport. But man, no, it's some real athletes and some real fighters in there.
And
it's real.
If you see their workouts,
yeah,
you be like, dang,
I got
okay.
a couple friends that fight, and I had one that went to Bellator, and a couple friends in Minnesota when I was out there. And I tell you, I was like, man, you go come train, do it. I'm like, man, listen, dog. I ain't built for that. I ain't built for that, dog. And then they like, no, you can try to train if I said, dog, no. I'm like 230 something, and now I'm like 215, 218. I'm like, dog, do you know what weight class? I'm not built for that.
Yeah, I'm not say shoot. I'm not even going to
like 1-2 hit a quit on me out here.
It'd be those, and then the crazy part, it'd be like those super skinny dudes, like skinnier than me. I mean, I'm pretty thick or whatever, but skinnier than me that just like flip you over. Yeah. Next thing you know, like they got you in a headlock, arm lock. You be like, how'd I get here?
And ain't no John want none of that smoke.
Exactly.
You got it there. You know what I mean? But you know, people, you're growing as a fighter. You're growing as an athlete. You're growing not only there, but you're soaking everything up. You're a student of the sport. You're a student of the game, and different people are making contributions in different ways. Like, hey, you can do this. Hey, you could do that. Let me bring you under my wing. Let me help you out. And then you mentioned also, you know, being at the fight and seeing the greatest woman of all time, Clarissa Shields. And I think to myself, and I'm like, the different things that people soak up, it makes a big difference. Because arrogance can creep in on some people.
Always. It happens as a disease. That's any athlete, well, I wouldn't say every, you can even say outside of being an athlete, but more so athlete because I'm an athlete. Like, it's a disease that if you don't keep it in check, it can go everywhere.
Because ego can take over anybody. Because you got to have some kind of, some kind of ego where like, I'm good enough for this. You got
to have that. Like, and for me,
where it don't overwhelm you. It's a balance somewhere in there. But to find that, man, it's so great, man. But you know, you're going into that, you're coming out of one of the scariest times of your life, and as just not even just a fighter, but a person, and a family, and you see your mom's affected, and what kind of kept you going? What kind of drove you during those times?
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of quit for a second, like not boxing, just I quit.
You mentioned like, you know, drinking and stuff, like you had dipped for a little bit.
Yeah, like I really, and it wasn't even just like a month of drink, like it was not like super terrible bad, but it was bad enough where it was like, all right, yo, I'm gaining way too much weight, all this stuff. Yeah. And I'll go back to that and about that later. But like, it was bad in the sense where it was like almost every other weekend I was drinking and stuff, and then I have maybe like 3 or 4 bottles or whatever. Yeah. And like, it's not just me drinking; it's me and my friends coming over. Yeah. But like, I was angry because of that whole George Floyd, all that stuff, and like. All we have, and it's the same thing that happens in America, which is kind of annoying. It's the prayers out. Yep. It's the social media.
A lot of passive stuff.
Yeah, social media. The media itself, like the news and stuff, they over-exaggerate it, or they don't acknowledge it, and then it's almost like we go back full circle. Everything's back to normal, and I don't know.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Some people are really passive. Some people are really extreme, and through all that though, like what keeps you going to the goal? What keeps you like? What got you back or brought you back? Where it's like I want to go after this again.
August came around. I fight 147. I was about 197 then.
Wait.
Yeah, way overweight. Someone was like, yo, we're trying to get a fight going on and stuff. And they sent me a text. I don't even remember his name. But I told my coach and stuff. He was like, yeah, you're not doing that right now. You way too overweight. He was like, no, if you was in shape, you would have been fine. After that, that was the kick I needed. I was like, nope, there's no way I should be 197 when I fight like 147.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way at all. That's 50 pounds right there.
Yeah.
I don't even walk around like that normally. And then, so that was the first kick. My dad's been telling me for the longest time, like, yo, come on, you got this, throughout this whole thing and all that, throughout that whole summer and that whole, like, yeah, that whole period. But, you know, like, your parents say something, you're not really, like, you hear them, but, like, I'm a knucklehead, too. I admit that. Like, I'm hard-headed. Like, they'll say something, and then they be like, yo, this is about to happen if you don't change it. And then I'm just like, yeah, okay, I got it under control. And, of course, I don't say that. Like, out of respect for my parents, like, you know, you got to respect them. But, like, end up happening, and then I'm just sitting there like looking boo boo the fool, like, yeah.
It's a tough go, but then you. How long did it take you to get back in shape?
Literally, so that happened at the end of August. By September, mid-September, I was back in shape. I want to say I was about 160, 165, but I was close enough. It was feasible, more so. Like, I was able to be like, all right, yeah, I can keep my running, I can do this stuff. But I just completely went cold turkey. After that was the kick I needed was, dang, I missed out on the fight. Boxing getting back to gear, it seems like, and I'm missing out on a fight because I can't control this, or not that I can't control it, I'm not taking control of the driver wheel.
At that point in time,
driver's seat.
What was your record at that point?
I was
pro at that
yeah,
point?
I'm pro so this is like, what was that, 2019? No, this is 2020. This is 2020. So I was 2-0 at that point, I believe. Yeah, I was 2-0 by that point. And we had a fight. So I'm real cool with James Toney. Like, he's from Ann Arbor. Like, he grew up with my people and everything.
Shout out to everybody in Ann Arbor, by the way.
Appreciate it. Yeah, go
shout
blue.
Out to everybody, James Toney. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah. So he's real cool with my people and stuff. He's real cool with Coach. Like, Coach called him brother and all that. He called me every now and then, and like, he sees my fights and all that. Like, the last fight he saw my fight, and he was like, yo, you did this wrong. You need to get this right. Yo, all this stuff. So like, it's always been that sort of thing. Like, someone around me. But what was the original question? Sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah, just at that point where your record was and when you got back into it. So because from that point to this, you've had 5 fights. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and now.
So I was 2-0 then.
On that horse.
And then I got back on it.
Yeah.
So and then coach was like, into October you're gonna fight. It was gonna be on one of James Toney's promotion. That's why I went towards that. And then it was in South Carolina.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right, cool. The dude's from South Carolina. I can't remember his name. Lorenzo. I think his name was Lorenzo Williams. He was like more of a Mexican fighter style or whatnot. And this is my first fight after all that whole summer stuff and all that stuff, getting back into it, which is also its own uphill battle on its own. It don't seem like much, but like going from like 6 months of not fighting to, which is kudos to those bigger boxers that be doing that, because it's so hard to get back into gear and get back into that fighting mindset and bring back that ego that you was talking about that you need, but keep it in check while also the same thing. But like, yeah, it's so hard to get mentally up there, and physically is the easy part. Mentally is the hard part. Yeah. So yeah, South Carolina in October, I believe that was like a week before the 18th, so it would have been like the anniversary day of my first fight or whatever. And so I'm hyped. I'm like, all right, I gotta, this is about to be the anniversary day, yada yada. And so I'm getting ready, doing all this stuff. I was doing, I think 6 miles a day. Well, no, 6 miles in the morning, 6 miles in the afternoon, and then just my normal practice. But yeah, that was my thing, going through that. Fight comes up, and like, I'm ready. Like, I know I'm ready. Like, I'm feeling, the ego hasn't hit me yet. The Rampage, if you want to say, like the Incredible Hulk or whatever, that inner ego didn't hit me yet. But fight happens. I'm I'm one of those people that I'm probably terrible when it comes to like my people being at the fights, but when other people's at the like their people are at the fights, if I'm in their hometown, I love it because it's like they be cheering for them and stuff, and like the instant it's like a football game when you like sack the quarterback, the whole crowd goes quiet, and you just like so like I called them. It went all 4 rounds or whatever. I'm getting back into it and whatnot. It went all 4 rounds, but I remember. The first round, I do a 1-2, and then I threw like an uppercut. His head lifted up, and I came over with an overhand. And after that, his corner like they went quiet, and I was like, all right, I already know I won now. Like that's all I needed, and like you could see it in his eyes. Like I normally don't look at people's eyes when I'm boxing, which probably is good or bad, but like you could see it in his eye. That was one time where I was like. I looked in his eyes, and you could see his confidence went down as they went quiet. And at that point, I already knew, like, I had mind control over him.
You could see it. Man, that's the thing is I hear different fighters, because I'm a big fan of the sport. And I hear different fighters, and they see, they look in their eyes or they look at their body language, and what they see, what they feel is something different in that ring. When they talking about, like, what they can see, it's like, man. But then with the coaches, they'll tell you, oh, you got them.
That's what, I went, so, like, right after that, that's when the bell ring, go in the corner. Coach was like, I ain't even got to tell you. You already know you got him. He was just like, keep up the jab, keep baiting him and stuff. He was like, he gonna play cautious because you caught him with that heavy hit. He was like, just stay calm, don't rush into him. He was like, just choose your shots and all that. And then so bell rings. He's like, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, he told me some other stuff, of course, but I'm also mine of that. But then what was that? Second round starts or whatever, and or maybe that's the third round. But it starts, and like he said, he started backing up, playing a little bit more cautious and stuff, which was cool. And then like
you got to,
yeah, exactly. At that point, you kind of had to and stuff. And for me, I feel like I don't hit hard, so like coach was like, you hurting him. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I don't for real hit hard like that. And then so he backs me in the corner, and nothing crazy, just like me just walking back, and I don't know why I did it. And he tried to do the same thing, like that overhand, but I duck under, he does the overhand, he's a southpaw, so he throws it with that side, so I duck under it, roll, and then I throw like a straight right, and then the ref jumps in and gives him an 8 count and stuff. And coach was like, yeah. He was like, just keep that pressure, because the dude was coming back and stuff. His corner is mad quiet, and so I'm feeling good. And then that's when the other side of me comes out, the Rampage. And so like I'm like, all right, I'm just about to.
Yep. I'm gonna ask 2 questions around the name Rampage. First question: where did it come from? And is Rampage a moment for you, or is Rampage who you go in the ring as?
It's both. It's definitely both.
Okay.
I think Rampage. So started up. Rampage came. It's like I said. It's funny how stuff comes full circle. It came from a gamer tag I made back when I was 5 years old.
Oh wow.
It's funny how that. Isn't it funny how that works out? Yeah. So it came. I was just like, I'm Rampage Reg. This is before I even knew who Rampage Jackson was and all that stuff. And my gamer tag was Rampage Reg. And then, like, my first fight, there was, like, the announcer or whatever, he was like, what do you want to go by? And I was like, I don't know. And then one of the people in my corner, shout out to Jazz also, she's on the Olympic trials right now, so shout out to her. She was like, what'd she say? She was like, you got something, what about your gamer tag or whatever? And I was like, how about Rampage Reg? And she was like, yep, that's going to be the one. Yeah. Came out, I told him that. He was like, oh, yeah, no, we going with that.
Did you feel like that when you
identified? I felt it after, But, as for that's how the name started. But as a moment and a person. Now, the thing is, that person, I would say, comes out rarely. But when he's out, he's out. But then there's also, my mom calls it Rampage Time. Okay. It's those... she's like it's like those few seconds of when the dude thinks he's winning or whatever, and like you come out of nowhere and you be like slip to the side, pop up, like you look like you've been fighting for years or whatever, and all that. She was like, I call that Rampage Time, and she was like, it always happens like somehow the last minute where you're just pushing them back and stuff, and all of a sudden you have like energy just comes out of nowhere, and I'm just like, oh, okay, like
yeah. I was like, sometimes I was wondering, is Rampage Reg that moment, or is he coming out? I mean, that's what it just depends. Like sometimes you come out as Rampage,
like it depends. Yeah,
sometimes you.
It's a moment. It's a moment. The crowd going crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going crazy in the moment. I'm not even. So when I say it's a moment, if you were to ask me, sometimes if you were to ask me about a fight or whatever, and you'd be like, what were you thinking during this time? I wasn't thinking. It was all instinctual. Like, it was more so, all right, slip there, bop, 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 bop. Okay, I know he's already going to throw that. Catch that, come out with a hook, straight right. Like, that's what I mean by the moment. Now, the person, that's one bad dude. And I think I have trouble. The reason why he don't come out as much, or I don't let that person or that ego come out as much, is because you might want to say I might be scared of him in a way. Like, I feel like that's like the mean side of me. That's the, yo, I want to take your food, I want to eat my food, take your food and your friend's food, sort of thing. And I don't really, like, I don't know, I grew up.
It's got to be a balance.
Yeah, so I'm still trying to find that balance. So that's why it's kind of like, it's more of a moment now than just the person. But once I find that balance, I feel like I'll be squared away.
Yeah, so I want to ask you something that's a real, kind of more, maybe a layered question, if you will.
All right, yeah.
Do you feel like as you become the fighter you become, being undefeated at this point, do you feel like being the fighter you are today, do you think it helped you? Do you think it helped you become a better man, or did it just contribute to who you already were?
Do I think the fighter I am today helped me become a better man, or that's always been who I've been? I think it helped me become a better man. Definitely helped me become a better man. It helped me feel uncomfortable. Boxing just in general helped me feel uncomfortable. And what I was telling you before this was like, if you get comfortable being comfortable, then you're not growing. It helped me feel uncomfortable enough to be like, yo, what are you doing here? What are you doing wrong here? Why am I getting hit here? And me, you can take this outside of that, me having to adjust every time to somebody else. That's how I took it on the outside world, adjusting to the real world of people and all that. Like, it helped me grow as a person, like vice versa. So me adjusting, growing, learn how to fight somebody is the same how I see it as growing on the outside world and adjusting to other people. Because some people, like, they might not even like me just because of the color of my skin, or because, they might think I'm a violent boxer or whatever the case may be. But being able to adjust and still get those same people to like you, that's what boxing has brought to me, like, has helped me grow in that aspect. There's a whole bunch of lessons, like, boxing overall has just...
You know, I think about that when it comes to certain people getting to a place where they're going to take it further than where they were at. I always wonder, hey, are you doing... I'm a big person, checks and balances. Is this making you better, or is this contributing to you being worse, or contributing to what you already were being good at? Like, some people are already they got a good heart, they're a good person, they're doing their thing, and then something comes along and it contributes, like, oh wow, I got this now. Oh, let me do more of the I was already doing. Or some people, I got this now. I don't care about this person, that person, or this, and it makes them, their morals and their values become tainted. And like, for instance, somebody, you get your first big check from boxing, and for some people, it's going to contribute to what they were doing. Oh man, I can go get way better nutritionists. I can go get this better stuff for my gym, or get pay these people, or help me and help contribute to what I'm doing. Or some people will want to be like, man, I don't need you. And then with some people, it makes them better, and then certain people, it amplifies the worser things about them.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah, like for me, in the sense of being tainted and stuff, there has been points in my life where boxing kind of like the politics side, more so not even the fighting, which is why I don't really deal with the politics side. I let my management and my coaching stuff deal with that. But like regardless if it was the tainting side or the negative side where to like involve me, luckily I have a good support circle. I have great friends, great family, and I'm the type of person where we just crack jokes about each other. Like, we're like, oh, you're so ugly, yada, yada, yada. And good thing I have those type of people around me, because it kind of makes me circle back and be like, yo, all right, you think you too much of you too hot. You think you all this and you really not. You just another man. Like, it's
great when people that help you can humble you.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Shoot, even my sister, she my twin for real, and she quick to humble. She lighter weight than me. I'm the boxer and stuff, and she kicked my butt. And she be like, yeah.
It's always good, man. When you got people around you that can do checks and balances and can help make you evaluate some things. See, I'm the oldest of my siblings.
Same here. Yeah.
And so, but the thing is I got a book coming out this year.
Hey, there we go. Shout out to that.
Yeah. And I'm a part of a collaborative book, and it called Men Heal Too. And in the book, I just a little heads up. I'm not gonna reveal too much that's in there, but one part I talked about how my baby sister Karina told me, bro, you gotta live more. It can't be always work. It can't be always just doing things. But the thing about it is, I felt like if I didn't work, I was being selfish to my goals. Like, oh, I gotta get here. I gotta do this. I gotta have this.
I feel that right there. That I definitely feel that.
I just was like, I didn't live. And you know what? You get lost in your work and you forget to enjoy who you doing it for. You forget to do that. You forget that that's a huge part of why you even doing this. The people around you, they listen. That isn't subjective. It's pretty direct.
Right,
Show love to the people around you, because they there, man. You don't want to.
And the crazy part about it, it'd be the same friends and stuff that be like supporting you and stuff that don't want nothing. They just want to see you shine. That's all.
Man, you know what? I tell some of my peoples who I help out, people I show love to, like, man, I'm pay you back. Listen, you pay me back in your success. You pay me back in you doing something with that or doing something with that. Like, I got people, young boys that call me Uncle Dewey. And I'm not even their actual uncle, but I don't mind it because I'm gonna hold you accountable. Hey, what's going on with your grades?
Yeah, same thing for my gym.
That was the 3 points from a B-. What happened? Is there something? Because you can call me, right?
Right.
I'll FaceTime help you do your homework while I'm driving. Come on now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But it's this thing where I don't want to take away from who I'm doing it for, because hopefully one day I could do enough to contribute and help them to get to a place. And then I'm gonna be okay. I tell them, man, I say, listen, I live below my means for a reason, and I'm gonna be okay. I've always thank the Creator. I've always been able to go make something of myself. Hey, I'm gonna salute you. I don't care if you're $100 million up. I'm just gonna, hey, I see you.
Good job, yeah, right? Yeah, no, I feel that, yeah.
You know what I mean? I just want to support where I can. That doesn't mean that much to me. I think about it. Everything that I have now is what I prayed for as a kid. I have everything I wanted. I literally do. I have a great family. I have loving people. I have a stable home, stable house, stable life. Things are going well for me, but not besides everything, just extension of financial gain. But I have everything I prayed for.
Right.
Everything that I could want out of life, I have. So everything else is just extras.
That's just the
everything
bonus,
else is the stuff I'm doing for everyone else.
I feel that.
So that's how I feel about it. So now when I go at it like that, I don't feel as much pressure anymore. I noticed that difference.
I think that's kind of where I'm at. I'm at that crossroads almost right now, because it's like I'll sit there and stuff. And I'm just like I'm pretty I'm content with what I'm doing. All I got to do is just keep working and all this stuff. I'm doing I'm on the right route and all that. I don't have to rush anything. I'm on the right route for my fights. Yeah. I'm going to practice. I'm doing I'm going to work and all that stuff. And so I'm pretty. Everything now is just all the networking and all the people I meet, all the great souls I meet and all that stuff, that's just the bonus.
You got everything you need. You just accomplishing new goals you made.
Exactly, yeah.
Everything I need, I got in the bag already. I just accomplishing new goals. And now
making new goals was one of the things I had to learn how to do. Once I I used to be maybe like 5 years back, be just content with like, okay, that goal's finished. I'm good. Adding more goals and making that ceiling higher.
Yes.
Is one of those things that thanks to my dad and shout out to Angel. He's one of my dietitians and stuff. They both they're ambitious enough where I'm not super ambitious, but like I take on a piece of their personality of like I want to have more because they want more.
Excuse me, you say you're not super ambitious?
No.
I watched you fight, man. You can't tell me that.
I swear. It comes to a point. Okay, you know when you was talking about the whole Rampage and all that. This is how I know when Rampage comes out. It comes to a point where I don't even care about winning. I just care about hurting you more. And I guess that would be like, and that's why that whole thing of the whole. I don't like that guy.
Man, where do y'all see him fight? I'm telling you, man, y'all gonna love me, man. But that's the thing is and by the way, that's one of my next videos, raising your ceiling. That's one of my next videos.
There we go.
Ceiling. And that was one of the things, I started reading all these books and learning about psychology. And, I was wanting to learn about business at one point in time, right? That was my biggest thing. I was like, I'm going to get into business.
Yeah.
And the thing about it was somebody like, one of my first mentors said, you want to learn about business? Here you go. Gave me a book. What's this? Well, that's personality plus people. But how am I learning about? You want to learn about business? Learn about people.
I said, yeah.
Learn about people.
That's what I went to school for, yeah.
Business. And I'm like, excuse me? Like,
right, yeah, that's crazy.
It was so right. It was right on the head. Like, yes, you learn more about people, you're going to learn how to do business better because who you doing business with? People.
Exactly.
It's not just numbers. If you want to manage numbers,
by all means, yeah, that's cool. But if you want to deal with those millionaires and billionaires, you got to know how to deal with it. And different people are different situations for different people. Like that's why that wasn't a direct reason why I went to school for psychology, but I was kind of like coming out of school with it and everything. Yeah. Like that was one of the things I learned. Like wow, psychology actually do a lot. A book. If you want to read a book, it's called. The Art of Dark Psychology and Manipulation. That's another book I could have swore
I read that book before.
You might have.
I read of Art of Manipulation, and I was looking at it because I had an interest in why people were using it. I was like, y'all were using the ways, the different avenues of manipulating people. And then that way I can identify who are manipulating.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted that book. And it was crazy. Reading and stuff, and you start to see people doing stuff that they don't even know that they're doing and stuff like that.
It's always funny when you learn that stuff, and then you make them think
they're
getting down on you. You're like, whoops, no,
exactly.
I didn't do enough to get in there. You brought me in. I knew what you were doing. Yeah, we cut you out. Yeah, we're not dealing with that. Nope, this is what I'm gonna do instead. And the whole time you reverse it on them and. Art of War.
Then they did it. That. Yeah, Art of War. I read that book.
I don't let people get into that a little bit and get their minds into it, but. The reason I bring up business is because also Rampage Red's the brand. You're not just in there as a fighter, but you're building a brand and a business for yourself where eventually it's going to have to be ran like that.
Right.
That it's going to have those people in place. And you're on the forefront of that right now, but eventually as you grow and go, you are going to have that established. Man, much respect because you already have learned some of those things that are going to help you in the long run.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Always.
Have Mom Dukes and Pops and all them and these sisters and all that having them, man, that can't hurt.
Right? Yeah, no, that definitely it definitely helps. That whole aspect of like having like I'm a huge family man, and if you're my friend, you're my family. If you're not my friend, then is whatever, but
that's
like
how it should be, right?
Yeah, if you my friend, you my family, and blood ain't always. Blood was I don't even know how that saying go. Was it?
Blood ain't thicker than water.
Yeah, or whatever. Blood is.
But yeah, water.
It's blood is not always family. There we go. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean, people make those. But you know what? We can't choose.
Right, yeah, we can't choose it. I'm always down for my family. I'm always quick to be. That's what I was talking about.
I think that's a big thing. That's where you learn true love. Is like learning to love the people that are hard to love sometimes. Yeah, and that's where you learn. Because I mean, if it was my friends, I get along with them better. Well, you got to choose your friends. Yeah, you chose them based on how you value their time and their perspective and what they did with you or did for you. But when you got to deal with people who are a little bit more abstract in the way they deal with you. It's a little tougher. Then it brings more out of you.
Exactly.
It's a resistance. And I believe strength comes from resistance.
And then it circles all the way back to like knowing how to, that whole psychology thing of knowing how to handle people and all that, and forcing you to be uncomfortable to grow more, because you might have to deal with somebody like way worse than that. That's not even your family.
I used to
and being able to handle that.
Blood is thick in the water. Blood is thick in the water, and I'm like, some of these people I'm blood with, they dehydrating me on love.
Right.
Like, for real. Like, we got to figure something out, because this can't keep being like this. And I think that people were not understanding that they weren't doing things wrong for so long, but then certain people just didn't care.
Right.
And certain people like that, I don't care who it is, I will not deal. I'll give so much effort. That's my thing. I like giving a lot of effort before I cut you off, because it's like, hey, I did what I was supposed to do and could do. And at this point, you're draining me more than you're actually making me better, or I'm making you better. I'm not doing anything for you either.
Right.
Because it's like, my only thing I can contribute is what you would just let me give. And it's like, hey, now I got to set this boundary for you. I ain't going to keep doing that. That's not going to keep happening. But as you grow, man, and as you become a bigger fighter, as you become a bigger brand, it's going to come a point where people going to have to protect you more, as well as you protecting yourself.
Yeah, I'm kind of just now learning that a little bit. Like, luckily, like I said, the support circle and stuff, they're quick to cut off anything that's like crazy and all that, or like they'll say something to me, and if I don't handle it the way, not necessarily the way that they think I should handle it, but like more so if they know it's bad, just all bad juju and stuff, then they'll handle it. And I mean, it's cool. I mean, as of right now, it's been cool. They've never been wrong. They've only been looking out for my best interest. They've never ever been like, this is how I know, like, the people in my circle are real cool. I have a friend named Angel. We've been friends since college. Met him in college. We used to hate each other freshman year. It's funny. He did MMA, I did boxing. And he's the one who's my dietitian now. He's the one who makes sure I'm athletically correct for fights and stuff. But at the same time, this guy has pulled me out of so many, not harmful situations, but more so like situations that could have went bad, just off the energy of like, hey, yo, no, you're not doing this. Or like, and he's sent so many like networking people towards me. Like I know a dentist now who makes my custom mouth guards and whatnot. And like, there's a difference of regular mouth guards, you mold them and stuff, to the ones that like imprint on your mouth and your teeth and stuff. Like just little things like that, but it's big things to me. And it's just been like off of that energy of the support circle. They cut off the bad and they give me the good. And then they tell me, the thing is, they don't just cut it off, they tell me why. Knowing that why, I've always been I'm very bad at, I'm the curiosity. I'm the cat that's always, So I always want to know the why of people. And you can blame it on going to school for psych and all that stuff, but I always want to know the why. And so they know how I operate and stuff, so they tell me why, and they tell me why they did what they did, sort of thing. So it's never out of disrespect or no. They don't treat me like a kid or anything. They tell me why. It's all out of love, and that's the energy I've been trying to keep around me.
That's amazing, man.
Right? Yeah.
I'm so glad, man, that you got that, and you got the people that support you and show love to you. Some of your sponsors that you have for Rampage.
Yeah, actually, he got a deal going on. Let me tell you real quick. My bad. I just got to remember what he said.
Big shout out to all the sponsors.
Yeah, big shout out to all the sponsors.
Yeah.
Mine and his. Shout out to Angel Calbray and Mallory. They have Ultimate Fitness and Ultimate Fitness Foods. They're the ones who do my dietitian work and they do my workouts. Right now he's giving 3 free personal training sessions a week. It's a free trial class, so come out to that. They'll get you all set up and stuff. Just say Reggie sent you and all that stuff. We got you. I'm always there anyway, so just come say hi to me. We got another one, No Time for Error. You can go check him out at Briarwood Mall. He's always selling gear. The gear I was wearing, the U of M gear that I was wearing, this fight that just passed recently, I'm normally always wearing his gear, but he always got some nice sweatsuits. He got a nice little workout gear that I have. No Time for Error. All this stuff is on My Instagram also, I'll tell you that at the end. Shout out to Mirage Collisions. He's the dude that always gets my cars set up, and he's out in Belleville. And yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly.
I'm whoever them people are, you can send them to me. I'm gonna definitely share them, definitely post them. Much love and respect for y'all. I don't know y'all, but hey, I'm gonna definitely show support and show love because y'all definitely showing love for Rampage Ridge. And man, I can't. And also, Cerebella Essentials. I appreciate you. The candles, Stock the Bar Vodka, brand ambassador for Stock the Bar Vodka, man. And I appreciate all the support they give the show. And
he was just bragging about y'all. He was just bragging about y'all.
Yeah, JM Patriarch Cigar, CBJ Cigars, the Scent Station. I appreciate all the support and love y'all give the show. And before we get out of here, man, is there anything we should anticipate, look forward to in the near future from you?
Yeah, I got a fight June 17th out in New Mexico. I will be able to tell you guys on my Instagram if it's going to be streamed or not. I don't know as of right now. We're still getting the contract stuff set up. And I got another one right after that. Well, there's a big gap in between, so I might have a fight in between. But August 6th, that's another second in the none. Yeah. Shout out to him. You can follow me on Instagram. Rampage Reg, RAMPAGEREGG, and it has. If you click on the page, I instantly follow back. If you're worried about that, I always follow back. If you click on the page in my bio, it has links to all my other social medias. If you want to support, Venmo's on there too. You don't have to. Don't feel like you're forced to. Everything, all my sponsors are also on that link, so you can go through that also.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, if he is streaming that fight, I will have a fight party for it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I will definitely have a fight party. I will give any more details that I get from you and your team. And just really appreciate your time, brother. And for those of you out there that want to support, I'm definitely going to be posting different things and tagging the different things he has. And this... I will just continue from the cigar room to support Rampage Ridge and movement. So I appreciate your time.
Always, man. I appreciate you letting me come out here.
Those of you out there, I always hope you have a blessed and prosperous week from the cigar room.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.